I believe in the next 6 to 12 months, the housing market is going to radically change. And I don't just mean small adjustments. I'm talking about major shifts that will impact what homes are worth right here in the Palm Springs area. And what I'm about to share with you, it can mean the difference between buying that vacation or retirement home or just sitting on the sidelines watching prices just take off again. And I'm not just saying this, I'm personally in the market to buy right now because I see what's coming and I'd rather be ahead of it than chasing it later. My name's Tommy Jordan, your Palm Springs area realtor. The first catalyst is 50-year mortgages. Everyone's talking about these new 50-year mortgages like they're the answer to housing affordability. Lower monthly payments, easier to qualify. Sounds great, right? But here's the truth. They're actually going to make housing more expensive and not cheaper. When lenders stretch a loan from 30 to 50 years, the monthly payments drop just enough that buyers can now afford more home. So someone who could afford a $700,000 home before might suddenly qualify for a home that's $850,000. And when more buyers can pay more, home prices are going to go up. That pushes home values across places like Palm Desert, La Quinta, Indian Wells, and Palm Springs even higher. Then there's the interest. Even if rates are a little lower, you're paying interest for 20 extra years. Over time, that means you could easily pay 2 to 3 times the original price of the home. A $1 million property can end up costing $2.5 to $3 million by the time it's paid off. And here's the part that most people don't really think about. It takes decades before you actually start paying down the principal. So you're building equity incredibly slowly. So if the market dips or you need to sell too early, you might not have much equity at all in the house. And the real issue here is that the longer the loans are, it keeps prices artificially high. Instead of letting the market correct naturally, they stretch buyers thinner and allow sellers to hold firmer on prices. So the illusion of affordability keeps prices inflated. And in the end, a 50-year mortgage might make the payment look better, but it's like paying for 2 homes just to live in one. And the only real winner here is going to be the bank. The next catalyst is lower interest rates. Trump is expecting to appoint a new Federal Reserve chair, and that's going to change everything. The Fed's already planning to end quantitative tightening in December. That's the part when they've been pulling a lot of money out of the system to fight inflation. But once that ends, the policy is going to shift towards quantitative easing. Basically, money printing again. It's the same kind of thing we saw during COVID when rates dropped. People flooded into real estate and prices skyrocketed. When rates go down, buying power goes up. And when the buyers can suddenly afford more, prices, they rise. So if you combine that kind of demand we always see here in the desert during the season, for example, it's a setup for prices to just start climbing again across the entire Coachella Valley. So while everyone's waiting for the perfect time to buy, the truth is the window might be right now before rates fall and the competition is just going to heat back up. That's why my family and we're looking right now. I need a 4 or 5 bedroom home. I want a larger lot that's over 10,000 square feet. So by the way, if you have something like this, let me know in the comments. I really am looking because I believe all these things in this video are going to happen. So I practice what I preach. Before we get into the next catalyst, I want to show you right here. If you go to Tommy Jordan Real Estate on Google, you'll find my Google review business page. You can see I almost have 55-star reviews. A little hater. I get trolls on YouTube. People get jealous. It might be another realtor trying to, make my reviews look bad. But anyways, if you're thinking about buying, check out all these buyers I recently worked with. You could see that I'm helping people daily buy homes here in the Coachella Valley. So instead of watching my video and then working with an agent that doesn't know the information I'm sharing with you, please reach out to me down below. I would love to help you. The next catalyst could be stimulus checks. And here's another big one. The new $2,000 stimulus check they're proposing tied to tariffs is basically free money being sent out to offset the higher prices from imports. But here's the thing. It's going to have the same effect of those COVID stimulus checks did. When people suddenly get extra cash, they spend it. That money floods into the economy, cars, travel, retail, and yes, real estate. So during COVID, stimulus checks and money printing sent asset prices through the roof. I mean, we saw home values jump like double digits in just a year. And this time is not going to be any different. Injecting more cash into the system means more demand and higher inflation. And when inflation rate rises through all this money printing, hard assets like real estate, they go up in value. So if you're thinking about buying in the Palm Springs area, this next wave of stimulus could actually push prices higher again, and all these other variables I'm presenting in this video. The next catalyst is removing FICO scores, and this is a big change. Removing FICO scores could really change the housing market. They're talking about moving toward alternative credit models where your FICO score isn't the main factor anymore. On the surface, it sounds great. It helps people who don't have a perfect credit history or even a long credit history. But here's the impact most people aren't thinking about. It instantly increases the number of qualified buyers. More people can suddenly get approved for loans. And when you add more buyers into a market that already has limited inventory, prices go up. It's basic supply and demand. Here's the last catalyst that could really affect housing prices: portable mortgages. One of the biggest changes that might be coming to the housing market is portable mortgages. On the surface, it sounds great, being able to take your low interest rates with you when you move. But here's the catch: it could actually drive home prices up. Right now, a lot of homeowners are stuck in place because they don't want to give up their 2 to 3% mortgages. That's kept inventory low. But if people can subtly move and keep their rate, more buyers, they're going to re-enter the market. And when all that new demand rushes in, that can push prices even higher. So while it might sound like a win for affordability, it's going to make housing more unaffordable overall. So between 50-year mortgages, lower interest rates, new stimulus money, looser lending standards, and new portable mortgages, you're looking at a perfect storm that could send home values climbing again across the Palm Springs area. And that's why, if you're serious about buying, waiting might actually just cost you a lot more in the long run. The smart move could be getting in before all these shifts happen right at once. So that's what I'm doing. If this video has been helpful, say hi in the comments. And if you want help from me, I'm helping buyers every day. Don't be shy. You could see all the reviews. I would love to work with you. And till the next video.